Hi and welcome to this lecture where we're going to look at an overview of the channel rack in FL Studio 20. The channel rack is this section over here, and it's where all of your channels are stored inside FL Studio. So this channel rack is also the step sequencer. So the reason it's called the channel rack is because it's where all of the channels are stored inside FL Studio. So these will be samples, instruments, and automation clips. So really anything you're going to be using in your song. The channel rack is also your step sequencer. So if you don't see the channel rack, just press this icon over here, or use the shortcut F6 on Windows, or function F6 on Mac. So when we start a new project inside FL Studio, we'll be automatically given these 4 channels. So to get here, all we need to do is go to File, New, Basic with Limiter. So if you don't have the same 4 channels as us for some reason, just go over to the browser and then go down to Packs. Then under Packs, select Drums. And from here, you can simply just drag and drop the different samples onto the channel rack. And also be sure to drag on a lighter grey space below the other channels. So as you can see here, we now have a new channel because we dragged this ride symbol over to the channel rack below the other drums. Okay, so now I'm going to show you from left to right the details of each individual channel. So going down vertically, we have our individual channels. So this top one here, the kick, is the first channel. On the left of this channel, we have the mute and solo button. So if we press this, the LED light will be off and the track will not be active. So to re-engage this again, just click on this and the light will appear. And going along, we have channel panning. And with this, we can either leave the channel in the center or pan it to the left or the right or somewhere in between. And then going across, we have channel volume. And with this, we can simply adjust the volume of the channel. Turning it left turns the channel down, and turning it right turns the channel up. And going across, we have the mixer channel number. Because this says number 1, it means sending the audio into the first channel of the mixer. We'll explain this and signal flow in more detail later on, but I just want to tell you what this number meant. And going across, we have the channel name. We can rename this as well if we wish. And to rename, all you need to do is right click and then go to rename. However, I'm happy with kick, so I'm going to leave it as it is. Also, if you left click on the channel name, it will show you the channel source. At the moment, we have a drum sample, and this is where the audio is coming from. However, if we had a software instrument on this channel, rather than a drum sample, and we clicked here, it will open up the software instrument. Also in the hint box, we can see if this is a software instrument or a sample being played by the sampler. Right now, as this is a sample being played by the sampler, it says sampler in the hint box. And next here on the right, we have the step sequencer. As this is currently laid out, each of these steps represents a 16th note. So for example, if we wanted to draw a kick drum rhythm on each beat of the bar, we would left click on every 4 of these blocks. And to delete, all we need to do is right click. You can left click and drag to draw in multiple notes, and you can also right click and drag to delete multiple notes. Okay, so now let's quickly draw in a rhythm. There's an easy way to do this by actually right-clicking on the name of the channel. And here we have a few different options. I'm going to choose fill each 4 steps. And here this will draw in a simple 4 to the floor kick drum pattern. And to listen to this back, go up to the transport section at the top of your toolbar and make sure pattern mode is selected. And you will know this is selected when the letters PAT are highlighted in orange. And now I'm just going to press play to hear this kick drum rhythm back. And to stop this playback, just press the stop icon. You can also play this back and stop by using spacebar. Okay, just to show you this again, I'm going to actually add in a clap rhythm. So I'm going to right click on clap. And I'm going to go down to where it says fill each 8 steps. And now let's listen to this back by pressing spacebar. However, that's not quite to my taste, so I'm going to actually delete these by right-clicking on these notes and type them in manually. So I want the clap rhythm on beats 2 and 4. Okay, great. Now I'm going to show you how to add a software instrument channel to your channel rack. So to do so, press the small plus icon at the bottom of the channel rack. This may look slightly different depending on what version of FL Studio you're using. However, this will open up the menu option to allow you to add a software instrument. So I'm going to go down to Synth Classic and then choose Flex. This Flex Synth is available on all versions of FL Studio, and this is a software synthesizer. And when you open up the Flex instrument for the first time, this is what you'll see. I'm just going to leave it on this preset, Dystopian Lead, and then close this window. As you can see here though, on the mixer track number, it's actually blanked out. So instead of going to an individual channel on the mixer before going to the master, it will just go directly to the master. I'm going to leave this as it is for the moment, but like I said, we're going to look at signal flow and the mixer later on in this course. One thing to note though, when you're using a software instrument, you don't want it to be in sequencer mode for this channel. You'll want to instead use the piano roll. So to do so, right click on the channel name. And here click on piano roll. And then your piano roll window will open. As you can see though, this channel is still in sequencer mode. So what you need to do is just draw in one MIDI note into the piano roll. So to do so, go over to the pencil icon, which is the first tool in the piano roll, and then just click somewhere in the piano roll to add a note. Okay, and as you can see, when I inserted that note into the piano roll, it's actually changed the interface for that channel in the channel rack. We're going to be exploring the piano roll in the piano roll lecture, but I just wanted to show you how you can change your channel from sequencer mode to piano roll. Okay, so that's just a quick overview of the channel rack. There's more to explore, but we'll be looking at this later on in this course. So this is really just to help you get your head around the channel rack so you can start making music as quick as possible. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next lecture.